get this game started. And the Trojans will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Sanchez. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Ohio State offense will take over. First and 10.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The give to the back. Shakes off the defender. Got enough for the first down. Powers through. Across the 35. Out of bounds at the 36. And a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Good enough for first down.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten. Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The Buckeyes have it with a first and 10. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Now adjusting. Now he's looking into the middle. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
That makes the score Ohio State 7, USC 0.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds the tight end. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
The Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
First and 10.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They'll run the RPO and throw it right out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Makes the grab. It's Fowler. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Making side adjustments here. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Oh, they're after him. On target to the left. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down. You get that turnover, and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
It's complete on the right side. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they will score! Touchdown, Buckeyes! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
Well, he hauls that pass in. Big play for the offense. The Trojans have had such a history at this receiver position, right? You go back to Mike Williams, Keyshawn Johnson, Juju, and then Jordan Addison. There's always a playmaker on the perimeter of the field for the quarterback to take advantage of, and they've got to keep feeding this guy the football. He is dangerous.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, you got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't.
No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. And he'll bring it up. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Recovered by the kicking team.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense offense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return, you do. And a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Touchdown, Ohio State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. There's no possible explanation for bringing that one out of the end zone, and they've got horrible field position at the 5. Is the Heat giving him some kind of mirage, and he thought he saw a 4th down someplace? It's not 4th down, and the punt team's on the field. Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field, and you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
I always love to look at the effort on special teams. A lot of times, punt returners are going in for a touchdown, and what happens, somebody comes out of nowhere, takes a great angle like this, great angle, gives this defense a chance to at least survive and not give up a touchdown.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. Off-play action. Keeps looking downfield. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field, or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
USC Trojans will take over 1st and 10.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Finds his man. It's Jordan. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season, not even in the top 50. But you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Looking deep. Makes a connection. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. He makes the catch. Right down the gut of the field. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Trojans.
You don't oftentimes say you need to score a touchdown in the first quarter, but when you're losing 21-0 in the first, they had to score right there, and they did. Nice job by the offense, executing on the drive, punctuating it with a touchdown. Now their defense has got to finally wake up and get a stop.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Almost everything has gone their way so far, up 21-7, and they have it back. Fires left. He's got an open man. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Creates a little room. Hard running there. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Going for it all. Snags it inside the 20. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation. That time, saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll move the tight end. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. And guys, we're not even through the first quarter yet.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He wants to change this route. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Will take over 1st and 10.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Might be changing the route. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
1st and 10.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense in a bunch formation. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Flushed out of the pocket. Throwing on the run. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Wants to go up top. On the run, fires downfield. Working on the right. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Well, you talk about getting out of jail free. They changed that field position in a heartbeat, and now they're ready to roll. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Satterfield. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Now, I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Just keep slinging it. He's got him this time. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
He might want another play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Ohio State. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that Pac-12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Iowa looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Hawkeyes. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Heck of a showing. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake up the Pac-12 standings.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. They'll go to the air. The sure hands, it's foul. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I love QBs that understand when they need to put some extra sauce on the football.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Bringing it back. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Great place to start for this offense. Reads it, fires complete. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Looking to pass. It's St. Clair. Trying to find the end zone. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Using his feet. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
USC 14.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Quarterback making adjustments. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Just a short pass to the tight end. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking downfield on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Going over the top. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Pulls it in. It's McFadden. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
So now it's second and long. Quarterback may change this route. Back to pass on second down. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. Tight coverage there. Did not stop him from making the grab. It's first and goal from the 8. And the Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Wants to keep it in the air. Makes the catch. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Back to pass. A little release to the back. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Trojans! Quick strike through the air for the score.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
USC 21.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
Will take over. First and 10.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Off the play fake on first down. Grab near the marker. It's Adams. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Motion from the wideout. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Flips it out on the screen. Oh, what a move. Across the 45. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Slings it downfield. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll move the wide receiver. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying?
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
Will take over 1st and 10.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back.
On the set. Cricket.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Snaps it in the shotgun. Here comes the heat. Hit as he throws. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's
intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the number 1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking deep down the right side. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. To the air, it's St. Clair. Release to the back. Got it in the middle, it's Rodgers. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
And the Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
Looking for a deep man. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Off to the races to the right. Touchdown USC. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical, and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
And he made the extra point without problem. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he added the extra point. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Trojans will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the move from inside his own 20. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
First and 10.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Trying to set the tone with the run. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
Here's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. The run to the left. Spins away from the defender. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a first and 10. To the air, it's St. Clair. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. He's going to run it.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a 2nd and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Hits him in stride inside the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The drive coming, you'd hate to settle for a field goal. It's 3rd and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Grab behind the line. It's Rodgers. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a nonprofit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to go up top. Throws to the back. Finds his man open. Continues to fight for yards. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. And the Trojans want to move quickly. To the air on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Fowler. I think that receiver really had 2 choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he's going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these crow routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm. The receiver found the soft spot in the zone, and, man, the quarterback gave him no choice.
They'll go 4 wide, twin receivers on either side on 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal. The Trojans are marching down the field. He'll set up to throw. He's going for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. And after the really good gain on first down, they'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
Here we go.
Looking to get it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick 6. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that plane, you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick 6 if you're on offense.
And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. And the ball is free on the pitch. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
The Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Motion from the back. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Here's the pressure. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. So first down, we'll open up the final period.
Here we go, here we go.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. They get him down, but this to set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Of 11.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive. He's 3 for 3, but they're also running the ball well. Everything they're dialing up right now is working.
The Buckeyes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal.
Trick 9, feet. Trick number ready.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw. Quarterback adapting. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Weeks like this aren't tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Boston College is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Chestnut Hill for a long time. They're up by 21 over Army. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback, and I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll take another shot here. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
He'll get rid of it. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? The give to the single back. Quick spin on the run. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They got zero push up front, and they stopped them in the backfield. And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. They'll start this drive going to the air. Gonna take a shot. Intercepted for the 11th time. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw, it's St. Clair. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And they'll send out the field goal unit. They'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. Oh, he missed it. No good. And they missed a field goal, so something has gone wrong today.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. All kinds of room to the right. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting, and they're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched, but here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. get the first down and more. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Here's a heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Here on third down. Gets the back moving. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to help improve that field position. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
They'll go back to the air on second down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You've got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Motion from the wide receiver. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Snagged in the middle, it's Matthews. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I think after failing on the fourth down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right,
and they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Troy went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Trojans team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's taking a deep shot late in the game.
And you got to find a matchup. Like, what is the matchup out wide that you can go with? Four verts, I get it, but they're playing deep. They're understanding that they got a lead. They can play with a cushion. We just need a guy to win a one-on-one battle. Who is our guy that we can pick to make a play down the field?
Makes the catch. It's McFadden. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to throw on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. He goes out of bounds. Big pickup on the play. It'll look nice in the stats column, but probably not enough to make a difference in the game.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Matthews. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Looking to throw at St. Clair. Pressure coming. He'll throw it. Finds his man in Satterfield. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play.
Oh, the hops. There he goes. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. From the 22 on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top on first down. Right down the middle. Got his man. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he muffs it. It's loose. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. They get to him as he throws.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party trick. A late touchdown.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the two. He's looking to throw. He gets the two-point conversion as they draw ever closer.
And no bones about it for this offense. 5 wide receivers, find the space, find the matchup. He identified it. Nice two-point conversion play.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 10, here he comes. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.